Hey Plant Fam, I'm Daddy Plant, and I fix brown leaves, not broken hearts. Today we are talking about one of the most beloved houseplants in the world, the Spathiphyllum, better known as the peace lily, or in some circles, the sensivium, or simply spath. You've definitely seen this plant before. It's that gorgeous dark green leafy plant with those elegant white flowers that look like little peace flags. It's everywhere, in living rooms, offices, doctors' waiting rooms, even hotel lobbies. And there's a good reason for that. This plant is beautiful, it's forgiving, and it actually cleans your air. But here's the thing. A lot of people think the peace lily is impossible to keep alive because it's so dramatic. You know what I'm talking about. One day it's standing tall and proud, and the next day every single leaf is drooping like the plant is having an existential crisis. The good news? That drooping is not a sign that you're failing. It's actually a superpower. Your peace lily will literally tell you when it's thirsty. No other plant communicates as clearly as this one. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to care for your Spathiphyllum so it stays green, grows those beautiful white flowers, and lives for years and years. We're covering light, water, soil, humidity, fertilizer, repotting, flowers, common problems, and yes, we're going to talk about why it droops so dramatically and exactly what to do about it. Let's start with the most important thing you need to know about peace lilies. They are tropical understory plants. In nature, they grow on the forest floor beneath tall trees. That means they are used to dappled, filtered light, consistent moisture, and high humidity. They never get direct sun in the wild, and they rarely dry out completely. Understanding this one fact will answer almost all of your questions about keeping this plant happy indoors. So let's start with light. Peace lilies do not like direct sunlight at all. If you put your Spathiphyllum in a south-facing window with no curtain, the leaves will burn. You'll see yellow patches, brown, crispy edges, and the plant will look generally unhappy. What your peace lily wants is bright, indirect light. Think of the light that comes through a north-facing window, soft, gentle, never harsh. An east-facing window is also perfect. A few feet away from a south or west window works great too. Just pull it back so the sun never touches the leaves directly. Now here's the really cool thing about peace lilies. They can survive in surprisingly low light. Will they grow fast in a dark corner? No. Will they flower? Probably not. But they will live. And that's more than most flowering houseplants can do. If you put your peace lily in low light, the leaves will stay dark green, but the plant will grow slower, and it may never produce flowers. So if you want those beautiful white blooms, give it bright, indirect light. If you just want a low-maintenance green plant for a darker room, that also works. Now let's talk about water, because this is where the drama happens. The peace lily is famously dramatic. You've probably seen the memes. One day it's fine, the next day it looks completely dead. Every leaf collapsed like a wet paper towel. Then you water it, and 2 hours later it's standing tall again like nothing happened. This is completely normal, and it's actually a gift. Your peace lily is telling you exactly when it needs water. No guesswork, no sticking your finger in the soil every day, just watch the plant. Here's how it works. Peace lilies like consistently moist soil, but they absolutely hate sitting in water. They want soil that feels like a wrung-out sponge, damp but not soaking wet. The moment the soil becomes too dry, the plant will droop dramatically. And I mean dramatically. It's not subtle. The leaves will go from perky to floppy in a matter of hours. When you see that first slight droop, that's your signal to water. Don't wait until the plant looks completely dead. Just when you notice the leaves starting to lose their stiffness, go ahead and water. When you water, do it thoroughly. Pour slowly until water runs out of the drainage holes. Then let the plant drain completely and empty the saucer. Never let your peace lily sit in standing water. That leads to root rot, which is one of the few things that will actually kill this plant. After watering, go make a cup of tea and come back in 2 hours. I promise you, the plant will be standing tall again. Now a word of caution. If you let your peace lily droop too often or for too long, the lower leaves will start to turn yellow and die. So don't use the droop as your only watering signal. Check the soil every few days. But if you forget and it droops, don't panic. Just water it and it will bounce back. One more thing about water. Peace lilies are sensitive to chlorine and fluoride in tap water. The signs are brown leaf tips and edges. It's not the end of the world, but if you want a perfect-looking plant, use filtered water, rainwater, or let your tap water sit out overnight before using it. Let's talk about soil and pots. Because peace lilies like consistent moisture, you need a soil mix that holds some water but still drains well. Heavy garden soil is too dense. Straight potting mix from the bag is okay, but it can get compacted over time. I recommend using a good quality indoor potting mix and adding about 20% perlite. That gives you the perfect balance. The soil stays moist, but air can still reach the roots. When it comes to pots, drainage holes are non-negotiable. Peace lilies do not like wet feet. A pot without drainage holes is a death sentence for this plant. Terracotta pots work, but they dry out faster, so you'll need to water more often. Plastic or glazed ceramic pots retain moisture longer, which can be good if you tend to forget to water. Choose based on your own habits. Repot your peace lily every 1 to 2 years, or when you see roots coming out of the drainage holes. When you repot, only go up 1 pot size. Too much extra space means extra soil that stays wet too long, and that leads to root rot. Now let's talk about humidity and temperature. Peace lilies are tropical plants. They love humidity. In their natural habitat, humidity is often 70% or higher. In most American homes, humidity is closer to 30 or 40%, especially in winter when the heater is running. Your peace lily will survive in average humidity, but it will be much happier with a little extra moisture in the air. The signs of low humidity are brown leaf tips and edges, and leaves that curl slightly. To increase humidity, you have several options. Group your peace lily with other plants. They create their own little humid microclimate. Place a small humidifier nearby, or set the pot on a pebble tray filled with water. Just make sure the pot isn't sitting directly in the water. Do not mist your peace lily. Misting does almost nothing for humidity, and it can lead to fungal spots on the leaves, especially if water sits in the crevices where leaves meet the stem. As for temperature, peace lilies like it warm, between 65 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. They can survive down to about 55 degrees, but cold drafts are a problem. Keep your plant away from drafty windows, air conditioning vents, and exterior doors. Sudden temperature changes can cause yellow leaves and general unhappiness. Let's talk about fertilizer. Peace lilies are not heavy feeders, but they do need some food to produce those beautiful white flowers. During spring and summer, feed your peace lily once a month with a balanced liquid houseplant fertilizer diluted to half strength. Look for something like a 20-20-20 ratio. Mix it at half what the bottle says. Do not fertilize in fall and winter. The plant is resting and unused fertilizer will build up in the soil and burn the roots. There's one very important thing you need to know about fertilizing peace lilies. They are sensitive to too much fertilizer, especially nitrogen. If you over-fertilize, you'll get lots of beautiful dark green leaves, but no flowers. And you might see brown leaf tips and a white crust on top of the soil. If that happens, flush the soil with plain water several times to wash out the excess salts. Less is definitely more with peace lilies. Now let's talk about the flowers, because that's why a lot of people buy this plant. The white part that looks like a flower is actually called a spathe.
It's a modified leaf that wraps around the spadix, which is the bumpy little spike in the middle that holds the actual tiny flowers. A healthy peace lily will bloom several times a year, usually in spring and summer, but sometimes in fall too. If your peace lily isn't flowering, there are 3 possible reasons. The first and most common reason is not enough light. Remember, peace lilies can survive in low light, but they won't bloom there. Move your plant to a spot with brighter indirect light and give it a few weeks. The second reason is age. Young peace lilies or newly propagated plants may need a year or 2 before they're mature enough to bloom. The third reason is fertilizer. Too much nitrogen gives you leaves, not flowers. Switch to a fertilizer with slightly higher phosphorus, which supports blooming. Look for something like a 10-15-10 ratio. And be patient. Once your peace lily is happy, it will reward you with those elegant white flowers that last for weeks.
Let's talk about pruning and grooming. Peace lilies don't need a lot of pruning, but a little maintenance keeps them looking their best. Remove any yellow, brown, or dead leaves at any time. Just cut them at the base with clean scissors. When the white flowers age, they turn green and then brown. That's normal. Cut the flower stem off at the base once it starts to look tired. This encourages the plant to put energy into new growth instead of old, dying flowers. You can also wipe the leaves with a damp cloth once a month to remove dust. Dust blocks light and makes it harder for the plant to photosynthesize. Do not use leaf shine sprays. They clog the pores of the leaves. Now let's talk about propagation. Peace lilies are easy to propagate, but not by cuttings. You cannot take a leaf cutting and grow a new plant. Peace lilies grow from rhizomes, underground stems that spread and form clumps. To propagate, you divide the plant when you repot. Take the plant out of its pot and gently separate the root ball into 2 or more sections. Each section needs a good amount of roots and at least 3 or 4 leaves. Pot each section in fresh soil, water thoroughly, and keep them in bright, indirect light. They might look a little sad for a week or 2 while they recover, but they'll bounce back. Division is best done in spring or early summer. This is also a great way to keep your peace lily from getting too large. Now let's talk about common problems. We'll go through them one by one. Problem 1, drooping leaves. This is almost always thirst. Water the plant and it will recover within a few hours. If it doesn't recover, you might have root rot. Problem 2, yellow leaves. If the lower leaves turn yellow slowly and fall off, that's normal aging. If many leaves turn yellow at once, you're overwatering. Let the soil dry out more between waterings. If the soil smells bad, take the plant out and check for root rot. Problem 3, brown leaf tips. This is usually caused by chlorine or fluoride in tap water, low humidity, or over-fertilizing. Switch to filtered water, increase humidity with a pebble tray, and cut back on fertilizer. Problem 4, no flowers. We already covered this. More light, less nitrogen fertilizer, or just give it time. Problem 5, leaves curling inward. This usually means the plant is thirsty or the humidity is too low. Water and increase humidity. Problem 6, pests. Peace lilies can get spider mites, mealybugs, and aphids. Spider mites love dry conditions, so increasing humidity helps prevent them. If you see tiny webs or white cottony spots, wipe the leaves with a damp cloth and spray with neem oil or insecticidal soap. Isolate the plant for a few weeks. Problem 7, root rot. This is the most serious problem. It's caused by overwatering, poor drainage, or no drainage holes. The signs are yellow leaves, wilting that doesn't improve after watering, and a bad smell from the soil. Take the plant out of the pot. If the roots are brown, mushy, and falling apart, cut away the rotten parts with clean scissors. Healthy roots are firm and white or tan. Repot in fresh, dry soil with good drainage, and water much less going forward. Let me give you a few quick answers to common questions. Is the peace lily toxic to pets? Yes. Peace lilies contain calcium oxalate crystals, which are toxic to cats and dogs. If a pet chews on the leaves, it can cause mouth irritation, drooling, vomiting, and difficulty swallowing. Keep this plant out of reach of curious pets. Can I put my peace lily outside in summer? Yes, but in a shady spot. Morning sun is fine, but afternoon sun will burn the leaves. Bring it back inside before temperatures drop below 55 degrees at night. Why are my peace lily leaves turning black? This is usually cold damage or root rot.
Check the temperature and check the soil moisture. How long do peace lily flowers last? Each flower lasts about 2 to 4 weeks. After that, the white spathe turns green and then brown. Cut it off at the base. Can I grow peace lily in water? Yes, you can grow peace lily in just water, but it needs a very small amount of diluted fertilizer occasionally. Many people grow them in vases. Just make sure only the roots are in water, not the crown of the plant. Let's wrap everything up. The Spathiphyllum, or peace lily, is one of the most rewarding houseplants you can own.
It's beautiful, it cleans your air, and it literally tells you when it needs water. Give it bright indirect light, but it will survive in low light. Water when the leaves just start to droop, but don't let it sit in water. Use well-draining soil with perlite. Average humidity is fine, but it appreciates extra humidity from a pebble tray. Fertilize monthly in spring and summer at half strength. Divide the plant to propagate. Watch for brown tips, yellow leaves, and root rot from overwatering. And keep it away from pets. Here's the most important thing to remember. The peace lily is dramatic, but that's not a flaw. It's a feature. When it droops, it's not dying. It's just talking to you. Listen to it, water it, and it will bounce back every single time. If you have a peace lily at home, let me know in the comments. How big is yours? Has it flowered for you? Post a picture, I'd love to see it. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. We put out new plant care videos every week. No plant shaming, just real tips for real plant parents. Thanks for watching. Take care of your plants and they'll take care of you. See you in the next video.